Hello, I'm Giselle DiGirolamo.
And I'm Kevin Rall.
We welcome you to A Taste of Blue Hills. Before we start cooking, we wanted to let you know a little about our school. Blue Hills Regional Technical School is a public high school located in Canton, Massachusetts, with over 800 students who live in the 9 surrounding towns. Besides a high school diploma, students graduate with a trade license or certificate and are well prepared for immediate employment. There are 17 different programs that a student can choose at Blue Hills, and this show is a joint effort between both the culinary arts and the design and visual communication programs. Students get to learn both in front of the camera and behind the scenes. In this series of programs, we are introducing students like Kevin and me to the careers in video and television production in the culinary industry. We hope you enjoy it.
In this episode, we have spring on our minds. Since March has us all excited that spring's almost here, we thought we could show you a few dishes loaded with the taste and looks of spring. Our first dish is a spring salad. Giselle will be walking us through the recipe. It's simple, and yet has the dressing to make people beg you to share. Giselle, let's show them what we mean.
Okay, I'm gonna be starting our salad off with making the dressing, the sweet vinaigrette. Here we have 2 cups of oil, 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of red wine vinaigrette, a 1/4 cup of minced onions, and our special ingredient, Worcestershire sauce. So first I'm gonna add our oil. And you want to do this in a bowl or a large mixing bowl if you have one. Now I'm going to add my red wine and my sugar.
Could you use a different type of sugar?
No, this one works the best to mix it in and get all the flavor.
Okay.
My onion, my sauce. And then you can use an immersion blender if you have one to mix all of this. You want to keep it in the bowl at all times so that you don't splatter it everywhere, and then keep it on low at first, not high.
How do you know when it's well combined?
When the color starts to change to a light brown, and when all your sugars and the onion is mixed well into it. So you'll probably do this for a couple minutes, just to make sure everything's thoroughly worked in. That should be good. Kevin, do you want to put this in the squeeze bottle?
Squeeze bottle? Gotcha.
And now I'm going to make my salad. So you can use any type of lettuce that you prefer. I personally like spinach, and I think it makes it look a lot better. We have some strawberries we're going to be putting in, some feta cheese, pecans, and blueberries. Now I'm going to be showing you guys how to cut the strawberries. You want to pull the leaf part up so that you don't cut off too much of the fruit. And then you kind of just slice it down. I cut the ends off because I don't like the way it looks. And then you just slice it down, the strawberry.
Can you use a different type of fruit?
Yeah, you can use any fruit you prefer. I think strawberries and blueberries go really well together though, like in salads. And then they look like this. Your dressing is more of a glaze for a topping, so I'm gonna start with putting the spinach on the plate first, but you can do it either way you prefer. Now I'm gonna add my feta. And then you can also do whatever cheese you prefer.
Do you have any type of suggestions of cheeses?
Personally, feta is my favorite. If you like blue cheese, you can also do that. Now I'm gonna add my pecans. And then we got our blueberries.
That looks really good.
Right, the strawberries and the blueberries really bring out the color.
I like how the brown takes a little bit away from the more colors.
Exactly. Okay. And then you can do as much dressing as you want. I'm gonna do one probably a little less dressing.
Do you have to use that exact dressing with that salad, or could you change out dressings?
No, of course not. You can do whatever salad you prefer, like the dressing. But we just made this one because it goes really well with the strawberries. And then here you have it.
Giselle, that looks too good not to try.
All right, so we'll have some. Here's a fork. I like how the feta mixes in well with the fruits because it's sweet.
The blueberry and the strawberries just gave you the sweetness.
Yeah.
Then you have that green in the
Exactly.
background that lays it all out so it's not too sweet.
Exactly. Goes really well together.
I really like that a lot. That's the sharpness of the feta, of the walnuts, the strawberries, everything just perfectly comes together on this plate.
Exactly.
It's very good. Thank you, Giselle, for showing me such a wonderful meal.
Of course, it was my pleasure.
We hope you enjoyed this recipe, and now we'll take a moment to clean up, and Giselle will be back with Katie to show you another great dish.
Hi, welcome back. For this recipe, Katie Lawn is joining us. We're going to show you how easy it can be to make a simple but delicious one-pan dinner that's quick and easy and still lets you enjoy the extra hours of daylight. So Katie, why don't you get us started?
Hi, I'm Katie, and today we're making a Caribbean chicken bake. To start off, we're gonna marinate the chicken. So first I'll make the marinade. And for the marinade, you're gonna need a half cup of oil, some lemon, and this takes about like a whole lemon, and you just squeeze it. Make sure you don't get any of the seeds in because no one wants the seed in their marinade.
If you don't have lemons, can you use lemon juice?
Oh yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. So you can use anything. I just prefer this marinade. You can use any marinade that you would like. And for the garlic, we're just gonna, would you like to do the garlic?
Sure.
For the garlic, you're just gonna put it on the cutting board and hit it with your palm of your hand. Make sure you try not to cut yourself because that's happened to many people. But we're just gonna hit it and open it so it opens up the flavor.
So I kind of just put the piece of garlic under the knife like this and then use my palm to squish it.
We're gonna do 8 pieces.
Some of them are bigger than others, so you might have to crush it a couple more times.
So since we have the 8 pieces of garlic and all the oil and the lemon juice, we just mix it around. Try to incorporate all the flavors. And for the chicken, we have 4 pieces of chicken breast. And for this meal, it comes with 2 pieces of chicken breast, but just marinate some extra.
You don't have to use the chicken breast, right? You can use any
No,
part.
you can use any part that you would like. We just use the chicken breast because it's easier to cook and takes less time. So you just put the marinade in. And I'll put some gloves on and then I'll mix it. So when you're mixing it, you want to get all the flavors. So you might want to try to rub it in the chicken and make sure everything just goes on the chicken. So we already have some chicken marinated, and so we're just gonna take that chicken and use it, but we'll still place all this chicken into this container.
And then I'm gonna spray our pan so that it helps it not stick. Just a light coat is fine. You don't need to overdo it.
So for this recipe, we're gonna take 2 pieces of chicken and place them on. So since we have the chicken on the tray, we're gonna add the 3 main seasonings.
We have Herbes de Provence, celery seed, and Caribbean jerk. And the main ingredient in herbs from Provence is lavender.
All these spices work really well together. And the Caribbean jerk, you don't have to add that much if you don't really like spice because it has a little kick to it because there's red pepper in it. But I think it's really good. So I add a lot.
And if you don't like it as spicy, can you just do less or don't do it at all?
Yeah, you don't really have to use this spice, but I just prefer it. And it's a Caribbean, so it's kind of spicy. So since that's on, we're gonna put the chicken in for 3 minutes. And I know 3 minutes is less time, but we have the oven at 500 degrees, so it cooks really fast. And in that time, we'll show you how to do the vegetables.
Now I'm going to show you guys how to cut the Brussels sprouts. So you just want to peel back the easy...
What are Brussels sprouts?
They're little cabbages. You can get them at your local grocery store.
Can you cook them any other way? Because I know most people don't like them.
Personally, I like loaded Brussels sprouts, which is Brussels sprouts with cheese and bacon, and then some salt and pepper.
That sounds so good.
And then you can cut them either in half or fours. Personally, I like halves. But
Do you have to use Brussels sprouts?
no, you can, if you don't like Brussels sprouts, you can do like potatoes or another type of spring vegetable. And then that's how you cook the Brussels sprouts. And then for the onion, you want to kind of do bigger chunks rather than littler ones. So cut it in half, and then if you can't get the top skin off or if it's too hard, then just take the first layer off. That's what I usually do.
Why are you cutting them so big?
To get the flavor more incorporated and so that their size stays the same.
Do you have to use onion?
No, if you don't like it. Some people prefer white onion too, but I like red. And you can, before you put it on, you can separate them. To the container, yeah.
Thank you, Giselle, for showing us how to cut them. So we're gonna, for the vegetables, we're gonna start off. They're already washed and cut. We're just gonna start off with a handful of carrots, red bell pepper because they're sweet, and we like the sweet and the salty, and the spice always contrast. It's really good. Green beans, they're already cut. We cut the tips off of them. The Brussels sprouts. And the red onion. For the red onion, you don't have to use a lot. You can use as much as you want. I like the color from them since it's a spring dinner. You want to show the color. And we're going to be using oil And we use the mixture that we used on the chicken. It's just 1/4 of each.
Now, is that to just get the flavor onto the vegetable too?
Yeah, and everyone likes a little flavor on their vegetables. And a pinch of salt and pepper. And then we're just gonna mix them.
Now, do you have to mix them with your hands or?
No, you could toss it by hand, just flipping it. But it really helps if you just use your hands because you can put all the seasoning and on all the vegetables.
Get it spread out.
So Giselle, would you like to grab the chicken? Debbie?
Sure.
So the chicken was in the oven for 3 minutes. Now we're gonna add all the vegetables. And you wanna spread them out so it all cooks evenly. And it doesn't matter if the vegetables are touching the chicken since the chicken's already cooked. So I think that's good. And now we're just gonna put it back in for 12 to 15 minutes at 500 degrees and we'll be back. Now the chicken is done. It's been 12 to 15 minutes. We're just gonna take it out.
Looks great.
Smells so good. So now we're gonna plate it. First, I like to put the vegetables just so the chicken has something to lay on. And you wanna even it out so everyone gets a little bit of everything. And for the chicken, we're just gonna take it off and place it right on top. For the chicken, you could cut it if you want into strips and place it on top, but I prefer to leave it whole.
I think it looks better.
Would you like to garnish it?
Sure. Just to make it look prettier. Ready to try it?
Yeah, can't wait. It looks so good.
I'm just gonna eat yours.
Oh, thanks. Make sure you get some of the vegetables.
I like carrots the best.
I like the Brussels sprouts the best.
You can really taste the spices.
It's so good.
It's a little moist, but not too much. And I like the crunch of the carrot or whatever veg you have.
That's really good. I hope you enjoy trying this recipe at home. Now I'll bring back Kevin and he and I will finish up the day and the new ideas for everyone's favorite treat. Hello, Kevin has joined us again today to help me show you how to make a very easy but very popular treat. A variety of ways to make it look great for a spring dinner. The kids will especially like this, but we big kids love it too. Kevin, why don't you show us what I mean?
All right, so first what we're gonna do for our Rice Krispie treats is we are going to take some butter. We're gonna put some butter into the bottom of the pan. We're gonna let it warm up, let it melt. Once we let our butter melt, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our marshmallows in. And our marshmallows are gonna melt down into like, they're gonna melt down enough so that we can put the Rice Krispies in and the Rice Krispies can mix all in. So we're just gonna wait until this butter done melting, and then, yeah.
Doesn't matter what size marshmallows you use?
So it doesn't matter what size marshmallows you use, but if you're more in like a crunch and you need to get it done faster, then you're gonna wanna use smaller marshmallows, but the bigger marshmallows is if you want more, and you aren't really in that much of a rush.
Does it matter what cereal I use?
Nope, you can use Rice Krispies, but that's what the treat is. But if you want to use a different cereal, I've heard of people using Lucky Charms in them. I've heard of people using a lot of different things. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my marshmallows. what we're gonna do is we're just gonna mix around. We're gonna keep mixing it until you get a nice paste. That's gonna fit those Rice Krispies.
How do you know when it's done?
You know when it's done when you cannot see any more of the lumps or bumps from the marshmallows. That means it's like fully broken down as best as it can, and that's when you can just add.
So after it's done, where should I place it on?
You could place it onto a cool area. That'd probably be the best place to do it, just so it can cool, because you are working with very, very hot foods. So yeah, I'd say put it down onto a cooler place and then you'll be good. You just gotta make sure that you keep it moving, just so you don't wanna brown your marshmallows. You don't wanna burn them at all. These things you can always make for any type of, we're doing spring right now, you can make it for any type of situation, holiday situation. Yep, you can make them St. Patrick's Day, you can make them green, you can make them for any type of holiday. So now we can see that our mixture is getting more melted. We don't have as many lumps or bumps in it, you can see. What we're gonna do is just make sure you scrape the edges just one final time. And we're gonna take these Rice Krispies and put these Rice Krispies in. Shut our burner off just so. Keep mixing. Mix and mix. And you're gonna start seeing that, you're gonna start seeing the marshmallows coming through. Then you're gonna be able to start working it with your hands more. And can you grab me that sheet pan, please?
So I'm just gonna spray this sheet pan so the Rice Krispie doesn't get stuck, because the marshmallow is very sticky. It is a sugar, so it will stick. So you wanna spray this really good so it comes out easily.
All right, so once you get your mixture, take it, put it all on your sheet pan. Take this, we can put this.
I'm just gonna start pressing it down and moving it out so it cools down faster, so we can actually form and decorate them.
One thing that I can say to do is when you are using your gloves, because this is a final product, so you have to use your gloves, you want to use cooking spray, because the marshmallow, what it will do is when it starts to harden up, it's gonna get much more stickier. So you're gonna take it and you're just gonna put spray on your gloves. You don't have to worry about the marshmallow sticking to your gloves. You don't have to worry about anything like that. So, we're just gonna keep moving this around to colder spots on the table so that it can keep cooling and we can get it going. So one thing that we can do is, because our theme is spring, we can make these into whatever we want. So we can make them into bunnies, we can make them into Easter eggs, whatever you want to do, whatever theme you want. What we could do is back here, I do have some cookie cutters. We have a butterfly cookie cutter. We have a bunny cookie cutter. We also have a heart cookie cutter, just for another, just so throw it off. What you can do is once your product is now cool, now you can feel that it's cool, you can touch it with your hand, that's okay. Take it, just put your hand down, and you'll push down. It'll cut, we'll make a perfect outline of the thing you're making. You can just go like this. Take our plate. And just like that, you have a perfect butterfly. See, so if you're doing it for a party, anything, making this is like gonna be a fun activity for a little kid, someone like that. And now as Katie's showing us how to make an egg,
So
where
you can just grab a piece of it and kind of form it into a ball, but you can take it out an egg and compare it to an egg. Some eggs are different shapes, but most of them have a bigger end than the top, so you can make the top a little more pointier, but not actual point. And then you can just press it on your sheet pan to make it stand, and then you have an Easter egg. Let me see if I can do it.
like what?
So I'm gonna start decorating them, and Kevin will keep on.
I'll keep making the eggs.
So we have a regular buttercream frosting right here. It's easy to make. It's just butter, confectionery sugar, water. It's really simple. You can do it anywhere. So I'm just gonna take it and hold the back of it and make sure. You can pick up the egg or you can leave it on the plate, but I like to pick it up so I have more control. And you could just decorate it however you want it. You could put lines, you could put your name. You could do anything you would like. It's an Easter egg. Doesn't really matter how you decorate it.
So one thing that's really good about these is that you can decorate them with type of decorations. You can, if you wanted to, how you were really feeling, if you want to put chocolate on it. We do have an egg like this that's just drizzled in chocolate, nice and simple. We also have this egg right here, which I don't want to mess the frosting up.
Be careful.
But we have this egg right here, which looks like a normal Easter egg. And then also right here, like I was telling you about how we can use the cookie cutters, we can cut out things. How I was telling you about the bunny is this is one of them that we can use for the bunny. Just a little tiny pink for the ears, just basic eyes, nice face. That's all different types of things that you can do. We could put some sprinkles in it. We could put some shredded coconut on top of it, some chocolate jimmies. We can do anything. So once you get this main basic piece done, after that, all the creativity is just yours. You do it all yourself. We hope you got some fun new ideas for everyone's favorite treat. As you can see, you don't need to be an artist to make beautiful culinary art. We will be right back, so please stay tuned. Thanks for watching A Taste of Blue Hills. To rewatch this or any other shows, find us on our Facebook or YouTube under Blue Hills Culinary or Blue Hills Regional Technical School. Follow our Facebook pages to get all of the happenings at BHR.
And do join us in our student-run restaurant that is now open for lunch to most of the public from 11 to 1:15. In the meantime, thanks for tuning in, and we hope you try some of the recipes soon.
Oh my God.